Of the question, and this motion does not involve counties and standing on item 4.1, but I want to ascertain whether we have quorum to put the voice vote. Clerk? Okay. What? Maybe can I first put the question? There is another thing from where I come from. Men do not look behind. So once you start standing up, you continue standing. So, honorable senators, I put the question that aware that Professor Ngugi, a prominent author, academician, and human rights defender, globally recognized for his foundational contributions to literature and good governance, passed away on 20th May 2025 at the age of 87 years. Cognizant that the late Professor Thiong'o had an illustrious career in writing and teaching literature, spanning over 6 decades, where he authored landmark novels, plays, and poems that shaped post-colonial studies, contributed to social justice, and inspired generations of writers and thinkers across the world. Honored senators, Senator Ososi, appreciating that the late Professor Thiong'o advocated for indigenous languages and indeed took up writing in his mother tongue at a time when it was not fashionable to do so. Further, cognizant that his legacy in inspiring many generations towards cultural sovereignty and the power of indigenous languages in literature and thought led to numerous international awards being bestowed upon him. Now, therefore, the Senate expresses its deep sadness at the death of Professor Ngugi Thiong'o, reckons his celebration and appreciation of his remarkable life, and extends his heartfelt sympathy and condolences to his family, friends, and the nation. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable senators, when the chair is upstanding, Deputy Majority Leader, when you are out there, familiarize yourself with the standing orders. When the chair is upstanding, no senator should utter even as a word. You must be attentive because the communication is lent to the honorable senators. But then when you start talking, Senator Kenywa, are you the one who is misreading? You know you are senior than Senator Keroche. Next one. Next one.
Order number 9, motion. Report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 4th basis for allocating the share of national revenue among counties. Resumption of debate interrupted on Tuesday, 3rd June 2025.
No senator was on the floor, so I'll give Senator Wambua Enoch. Did you contribute? If you didn't, then you should. This motion has not been amended. It's the original motion. Senator Mogeni Eric.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move a motion, an amendment to the motion in the following manner, Mr. Speaker, that the motion be amended by deleting the words county allocation equal to baseline allocation ratio of 387,425 billion plus Kenya shillings 2 billion shared equally among the identified 11 counties plus 45% population index plus bracket 35% equal share index plus 0.12% poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index and additional county equitable share above 389,425 appearing after the word as follows and substituting thereof with the following words. County allocation equal to baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387,425 billion plus 4.46 billion shared equally among the identified 11 counties plus 0.45 population index plus 35% equal share index plus 12% poverty index plus 8% geographical size index and then additional county equitable share above 391.89 billion. Mr. Speaker, I want to go on record that I'm rising to support the report of the Committee on Finance as amended by the proposed motion that is on the floor. Mr. Speaker, I want to begin by thanking the chair of this committee, Chairman Senator Ali Roba, for coming up with a formula that does not elicit any controversy from the 47 Senate delegations. Mr. Speaker, many of us who are here as senators in the 12th Parliament know that this issue of revenue share formula was extremely contentious. We had a prolonged stalemate on the floor of the House. We voted more than 13 times before we reached a compromise. So we must thank the committee that this time around we are going through a process that is less controversial, that is trying to carry everybody on board. Mr. Speaker, sir, the motion that I've moved this afternoon to amend the motion seeks to carry along the 11 counties that are disadvantaged, that get an allocation that does not allow them to perform their functions optimally. And Mr. Speaker, we all know that under our Constitution, more so Article 29, the spirit of affirmative action is well enshrined in that article. And further, Mr. Speaker, when we allocate resources, it's important, Mr. Speaker, that we be sure that the resources we allocate to our counties will support our devolved units to perform their functions. So, Mr. Speaker, the spirit behind these amendments is to ensure that our big, rich counties carry along the smaller, poor counties so that we all move together. And, Mr. Speaker, as I move this motion, Mr. Speaker, I'm moving this motion with the hope that we are not going to agree with the resolution of the National Assembly that is setting the equitable share at 405 billion. Mr. Speaker, I believe that our revenue collection has gone up, Mr. Speaker, and we want our brothers and sisters in the National Assembly to support us, Mr. Speaker, so that we are able to support our devolved units. Two, and I'm saying this very candidly, Mr. Speaker, because we always know when there is interference. I want to thank the President, our current President, Dr. William Ruto, for having given this House the independence to deal with this matter without any intimidation from the executive. Because, Mr. Speaker, the problem we had last time is that the executive tried to micromanage us senators, Mr. Speaker. So I appeal to the executive to keep that spirit so that we as senators can deal with this matter as senators who carry along the interests of all the 47 devolved units. But having said that, we also know, Mr. Speaker, that when we had a stalemate last time, it took an act of statesmanship from two great individuals, President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Senator Wambua will bear me witness that the compromise that we reached on the floor, Mr. Speaker, included a commitment from the executive that they were going to give us an additional allocation of 53.5 billion shillings. We got that increase on one financial year. Pop! 53.5 billion. So, Mr. Speaker, this debate we are having from National Assembly saying that we cannot increase revenue, the equitable share from 387 to 465 is what our Chief Justice will call hot hair, because it has been done before and it can be done, Mr. Speaker. So I hope that our brothers and sisters who will represent us in mediation will push to ensure that we get an allocation of 465 billion. So, Speaker, when you break down the amount that we have proposed to increase, it's merely by deleting the figure 2 billion that had graciously been allocated to these counties by the Committee of Finance and substitute 2 billion with 4.6 billion. So we are just increasing it by 2.6 billion. And after this amendment, if Honorable Senators support, if this amendment carries the day, the position remains as it is currently. There is no county that is going to be disadvantaged in any way. But we would have supported the 11 counties, each to get a small increase of 400 million. And I want to agree with the submissions that were made by Senator of Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, that this increase, Mr. Speaker, should be sector-specific allocation. We don't want to give this money to our counties, Mr. Speaker, and then we find that the absorption is to employ relatives or friends of our governors, Mr. Speaker. If we give this money to these 11 counties, it should be for sector-specific allocations, Mr. Speaker, so that the money is used to spur development, Mr. Speaker. If Governor Oparanya is doing a tarmac road from Kakamega to Vihiga, if we give this money to the governor for Vihiga, Honorable Otichlo, he should also do a tarmac, because that is the intention of this. This is an affirmative action initiative, Mr. Speaker, so that the big counties don't move alone, Mr. Speaker. If we want to connect these counties to do business, if Kakamega is doing a tarmac, let Vihiga do it, and let Nyamira do the same, Mr. Speaker. And I'm happy to report, Mr. Speaker, for comfort of this House, that the wars we have been seeing in Nyamira, because people may ask, if this money goes to Nyamira, which county assembly will appropriate the money? Is it the one called Mashinani, or it's the one that sits in the county headquarters? The Speaker, if you follow news, you must have read in the Standard newspaper of today that yesterday, Mr. Speaker, the High Court sitting in Bomet made a landmark decision, and it nullified everything doing with Bunge Mashinani in Nyamira. So I want to give my senators who will support this quest that the money that you will send to Nyamira will be appropriated by one county assembly sitting at the gazetted county assembly premises in Nyamira, and not the one you have been seeing sitting in people's residences. I want to give that undertaking, Mr. Speaker, and I hope my governor is watching these proceedings. We don't want that shame, that embarrassment. You know, yesterday when I had that rumor that a judgment had come out clarifying where the assembly should be sitting, I requested this motion to be stepped down so that I deliver the good news to our honorable senators, Mr. Speaker, because we want, Mr. Speaker, this money to be used for the benefit, I emphasize, for the benefit of the people who reside in those 11 counties. In fact, Mr. Speaker, we were proposing that if we are able to get this money for these 11 counties, we should have something we call action taken report. We must tie them to report back to us how they have used this money, Mr. Speaker. Because the fear amongst us is to give money to our counties and then the money goes to the pockets of a few people and not for the benefit of people who reside in those counties. As I head towards concluding, Mr. Speaker, I want to also tell the senators that the people who enacted the 2011 Constitution had a lot of faith and trust in us elected parliamentarians. You know, Mr. Speaker, in India, when revenue is being shared between states and the union, the recommendation of the Finance Commission of India is final, Mr. Speaker. But luckily for us, Mr. Speaker, when Kenyans enacted our 2011 Constitution, the last task of sharing revenue was placed in the hands of us, the elected leaders, Mr. Speaker. Even if you go to Australia, I think they call it the Commonwealth Grants Commission of Australia. Once they make recommendation on how money is to be shared between the union and the states, Parliament has got no say. But in this country, Mr. Speaker, under Article 215 and Article 215, CRA merely makes a recommendation. The people who have the last say, Mr. Speaker, is us, senators. So I want to appeal to our colleagues, all the 47 senators, to stand with your brothers and sisters from these 11 counties, Mr. Speaker. Imagine, Mr. Speaker, while my brother, Chair of Finance, Senator for Mandera, gets a cool 12 billion, our brother from Lamu gets 3.2 billion, Mr. Speaker. When you share with the Senator for Lamu, he tells you that money is barely pays salaries, fuels vehicles, if they are lucky to buy some medicine here and there, and it gets depleted. The same with Isiolo, Mr. Speaker. So if Mr. Speaker, this motion gets the support of senators, we'll be able to uplift some counties to a level that they can also try to bring developments to their regions. And I want to remind our brothers, Mr. Speaker, from arid, semi-arid, and sparsely populated counties, that the formula that we had here in 2019, Senator Wambua, you can bear me witness, was exposing some of these counties to the risk of losing to the tune of 2 billion, up to 2 billion. But, Mr. Speaker, because we recognized deliberately that we were elected not just to fight for Nyamira, but to fight for all the 47 counties, we stood with our brothers, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that nobody was disadvantaged with that third revenue sharing formula. So I'm also urging our colleagues here to stand with the 11 counties so that all of us 47 counties move together, the same spirit as senators who are here to defend devolution and to defend the functions that have been devolved to our devolved units, Mr. Speaker. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, We also want to urge all the bodies that are tasked with ensuring that corruption does not get deeper roots in this country, to create confidence within our counties, Mr. Speaker. Those who misappropriate public money, Mr. Speaker, action should be taken, Mr. Speaker. We should see more people behind bars so that there is deterrence, Mr. Speaker. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I kindly ask the Senator for Elgeyo Marakwet to second motion. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kisan William.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion as amended, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we want to thank the Finance and Budget Committee for its wisdom. I remember the third basis, I was in the National Assembly with you, Honorable Speaker, and it was not easy for senators then to pass that particular formula because it was very divisive and basically it divided the country almost into two, Honorable Speaker. And in its own wisdom, as a retired